Oh, jeez, this stinks. Oh. You want to smell the water down here. I hope, oh, look at the flies. Oh. No. I'll do it. Oh, that's rotten. Oh, I can't do it. Film in the wind because I got a really weak stomach. I can't do that. First of all, I've had a statement from EPA. It's the Parramatta River here, guys. It's where I did the video of the fish kill the other week, last week. First thing in the statement, one of the things they said was they were cleaning up these dead fish. That shoreline's just covered in maggots and the remains of those dead fish. Whew. I'm gonna have to chop and change and cut in this video because this is disgusting and I want to get my point across. Got a report there from the EPA saying that this is all from natural causes. I don't believe that. And this is absolutely disgusting. This river is toxic. There's not even a sign saying anything about the toxicity. Like, because it's natural causes, no one's doing anything. EPA say it's natural causes. I say it's not. I say this is an avoidable fish kill. And it shouldn't have happened. And in this video, I'm just going to go through the reasons why I think this was an avoidable fish kill. This water's just stagnant. There isn't a fish alive in the entire Parramatta River. Here, from Parramatta through, there's not a fish alive. There's not an animal alive. Don't tell me this is a natural fish kill. I don't know if the ferries are running right now. But if you watch our videos, this is a unique place where the ferries, the wash smashes the bait fish in the summer up against the rocks, the crabs fall in, the fish rush in and feed. In the winter, because it's a shallow river, the bait fish are in the middle, the wash stirs them up and the fish rush out there and get them. They're trying to tell me that this water is unoxygenated from natural causes. We have 20 ferries a day go through here and oxygenate this water by ferry wash. Then we have a tidal flush here. This water, after rain, in 2 days is out in the ocean and fresh water from the ocean is back in here. We'll move on with my video, but I'm not gonna, it's hard for me. It's like I've got to explain to you guys. Is that camera even running? I've got to explain to you guys why this isn't a natural fish kill. And I want to prove to you guys that EPA are lying about what they say. And I'm just a fisherman, so bear with me. We're writing to let you know that the New South Wales Environment Protection Authority, EPA, is investigating a series of fish kills in the Parramatta River. Our investigation has found no evidence to suggest these were caused by a pollution source. That's just the start of the statement. I just seen a fish swim there. There's a little fish in there. On Thursday, 3rd of February, a fish kill was reported at Haslams Creek. Now, I begged a lady from the water board a while ago to investigate Haslams Creek. The water was purple in there, the prawns were on the top. The lady meant well. She got in touch with me a few times and that was the end of it. And the video I made she asked me to put it down, so I took it down. thinking that she was going to do some good, but she didn't. But I've still got the footage of Haslam Creek purple just a few months ago. So anyway, and why I went oh no is because I'm looking on the ground here. Yuck. Look at this. They say there's no pollution caused in the river. I mean, oh, I want to swear. You know, I'm going to do a video somewhere. When these fish come back, I'm going to do a video. I'm going to use these for floats. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'll have to take... Oh, gee. There's no... Yuck. Back through my videos, I can prove in videos this is man-made. And one of the things that I do show here up to even a week before the fish kill was how healthy all this system was. I showed fish in Duck Creek, I showed fish in Parramatta. Well, I even seen a baby bull shark in Parramatta itself. Schools of mullet, bream, flathead, whiting, all alive, all healthy, all the way through to this point in much bigger rain occurrences. I've shown with the rain, I've shown myself catching fish out of pipes. There's a video where I'm standing in front of a pipe that says you're not allowed to fish, a sign, catching these great big bream. I did that deliberately to prove how good the fishing is in there. And now, guess what? They're all dead. Because when I continue reading this EPA report, apparently they all died in there as well. All through Homebush Bay, all through Duck Creek, all through Parramatta River. 2 major fish kills in 5 different areas. You've seen all those blackfish that I caught the other week? We'll see how all that greenwood that they were eating, it's all dead. Only the stuff on the top's alive, everything else is dead. Don't tell me this is natural causes. There's nothing natural about what's going on in Sydney, especially in our canals. You know, I have a video there that says I blame Sydney water for cruelty to animals. I still do. Watch the video. They got to stop pumping sewage and chemical through our drainage into this river. Think about it. To have EPA, Fisheries, Sydney Water and the councils all tell you guys that this is safe. I'm upwind now so I can breathe. And I'm going to go up here. Telling you guys that this EPA report I'm going to go through today is equivalent to someone saying to me, well, it's okay to work with asbestos. There's nothing wrong with it. You wait, you wait. If it does that to the fish, what's it doing to the people long term that live along here? Oh, thank goodness for this, because I did not want to put this in my car. And I did not want to leave it on the bank, so. As you can hear, I listen to Triple M in the mornings, and the lady on the breakfast show the other day, I heard her talking about swimming at Putney. She lives somewhere around there and she goes down there and swims at Putney, and they were making jokes of it. If she knew that she was swimming in the stuff that's coming out of here, my God, people should know, people should be warned. Like, I wouldn't have a dog in that water. You know, because they say it's of natural causes, they're basically making people think that water's okay. Let's go down there and do what we normally do. Oh, crazy. I got up this morning, I watched them on the news release a turtle into the ocean. My wife was watching and I said to her, do you know bream lived for 30 years? And she goes, no. And it's like, yeah, all those bream that were dead, they're up to 30 years old. They're releasing that turtle back into the wild. If they knew exactly what was in this water, you think they'd be releasing that turtle out right now while there's all these toxic fish? Because don't forget, this is drawing fish from the ocean back up here to die over and over and over. You know, they won't stop coming in. And the fish that roll out that are affected with these toxins, well, the turtle and everything else is going to eat them. Yeah, I got to thank you guys for following my channel and watching these videos, because we are going to make a difference one day. I haven't achieved anything as to yet, but as a fisherman, I have over the years discovered a pattern in fish kills, especially over the last 10 years, that's becoming unhealthy for us as well as the fish. The same pattern that I've discovered, EPA, fisheries, water board, councils all deny, and all these fish kills that I've witnessed over the years have all been put down as natural causes. I've actually followed the trail of fish kills to the cause in Rickybridge Creek, Currency Creek, Nepean River, Hawkesbury River, South Creek and Eastern Creek. Yet these kills are just put down as natural causes. If they're natural, why didn't the Georges River have a fish kill right now? Why isn't the Hacking or the Hawkesbury having fish kills right now? And why is it only the Parramatta River? I'm not on social media, but I've been reading the comments, and thank you guys, you've been amazing. I know we've been getting a lot of support. I know people like Steve Starling, Al McGlashan have been vocal about this fish kill. I mean, they're high profile people. If they can't get anything done, what makes you think I can get something done? It's a hiding going to nowhere. Like, you always fail with these issues, but I'm gonna go through this and try and get better audio. I want to go through the reasons why I think this is not a natural fish kill, and through the EPA report. And you know, on YouTube you get a lot of fish challenges. Well, this is a fish kill challenge. Let's have a look at both sides of the story, and you guys tell me, do you think they're right or do you think I'm right? Now we're at Haslams Creek. We're going to go and have a look here. This was one of my favourite little honey holes down here. In the last couple of years it's just gone toxic. I come down here a while ago and the water down here was actually purple, and I knew there was issues. And now you have a look at it, I can see straight away it's green. Look at it. Yeah. Now normally this has just got schools of mullet through it. Further down the creek, Roger caught a beautiful jewfish once. Oh, yuck. Now, these pipes here, when it rains, I used to cast lures at the pipes, and you just smash big bream. Smash them. You could see you read the water as a fisherman, like there's a boil over there. Oh, and that's raindrops. You read the water as a fisherman and you can see the life, and the life is what gets you in. And like where those shells are feeding, shells are on that concrete, and where you see that green, normally there's chew marks, white shiny chew marks, and it's just signs that the fish are up here. There's always a source to a fish kill. And the point of entry where it hits the water, it multiplies. For every litre of it that goes in, it rolls it into thousands and thousands of litres. All the growth has just died along the bank. There's no fish at all in here. You know, some bait fish, but that's it. There's no mullet. Just a few bait fish around the place. Yeah, what happens is for every litre that leaks through, say, a pipe of toxins, turns into 1,000 litres. It rolls the river upside down and it rapidly rips through the system. And then after it, you've just got deoxygenated water. but the actual chemical that created the reaction, like look at the colour that side, then look at the colour this side, you can see that there's been a reaction in the water. Like, see, it's so much clearer there, and then it starts to go all boggy. It shouldn't be like this, and you can't tell me, like, when I've watched them with fish kills testing the water, and I've argued with them over testing the water, and they get to where the treatment works is. I witnessed in the St Mary's Dunevitt Circuit fish kill, I witnessed the water testers. So there's bait fish just on the surface, just surface bait. Nothing can go down deep. I witnessed them testing the top of the water after treatment water ran out of St Mary's treatment works. Argued, begged for them to test the bottom of these holes, because that's where the toxins are laying. But they don't. So I don't. I don't trust the water testers testing this properly, because once, for starters, like look at the colour change. For starters, the horse is already bolted before you shut the gate. Those little bait fish there, that's all that can live in this water right now. And the reason this water's been deoxygenated is because of some sort of chemical reaction. Right, let's start with, on Thursday, 3rd of February 2022, a fish kill was reported at Haslams Creek. On Sunday, 6th of February 2022, a fish kill was reported on the Parramatta River. Now, there was actually fish dying from that period on the, I heard on Wednesday, fish were rolling over and dying, and fish were dying right through to the following Tuesday of this week, fish were dying. The community reported dead fish washing up along riverbanks of multiple sites, including Homebush Bay, Wentworth Point and Ermington. City of Parramatta Council and Sydney Olympic Park Authority have been cleaning the shorelines while taking special care of sensitive areas such as mangroves, salt marsh. Well, not from what I've seen. The fish are all still dead on the banks, rotten, getting eaten by maggots. The EPA Department of Planning and Environment scientists have done extensive investigations to show the fish were killed due to low dissolved oxygen levels. The drop in oxygen was caused by natural processes that were amplified by stresses that already occur in this river system. It is important to note that the ecological condition of the Parramatta River has been improved significantly over the past 2 decades due to hard work of the New South Wales Government and Parramatta Catchment Group and the community, but it's still regarded as a stressed river system. Well, guys, if you stop running raw sewage into these canals and drains, it'll get a lot better. Google up 2016, see why Sydney Water was fined $200,000. They let these pipes disintegrate and rot and mix in with the stormwater, and we end up with sewage, raw sewage. And with the raw sewage, we have chemicals. You know, everything that goes in the toilet goes into here. There's a video, I have a video, I fished one canal, one of the ones at Iron Cove, and I actually cast the plastic onto a human poo that was coming out of pipes, shook it off the poo and caught a bream. The bream can live in poo, they can't live in chemical. Anyway, let's move on with it. I have to word this in a way where I can get my message across, because I'm not a scientist. But I'm telling you now, if you test the bottom of the holes, that's where the toxins go. The chemical reaction is, like, I watched it with my very own eyes. It's a rapid thing that happens so quick, that goes through the system so fast. Oh, look at that, there's bait fish just sucking air on the top. That's all that's in here. This chemical reaction goes through so fast, it rolls the river upside down, okay? And within a day or two, it comes back up, and you just got this murky, dead water. Now I can smell dead fish in here, but I'd say a lot of the fish from here probably rolled out. They probably all got caught at the bottom of Homebush Bay. Can you see that? There's salt water from the ocean coming in, and it's mixing with this stuff. So you see the shell grit, like every time things get good, the fish come up. So you can see the shell grit. Fish from the ocean will come back up here. But then you have a look at this, on top of here on the tidal mark. Look at all the rot, like the greenweed's dead. The mussels, where are they? Like this was just all mussels. Now they're all gone. The mussels can't live in it. But I'll come back here and there'll be mussels again. See, there's a line of mussels in there, like all through there, and they'll keep growing, they'll keep coming back. It's a bit like, you know, Noah's Ark. As long as you've got two of everything, they keep coming back and they'll keep getting killed. Mother Nature's a really cruel thing, because it's drawing these fish up for the food from the ocean, and then we're dumping all these pollutants in here, and when conditions are just way out of whack, when there's too much of this chemical coming in, there's a poisonous reaction, and it rolls the bloody rivers over, kills the fish. I witnessed a pond drying up over a period of time. It was loaded with big carp, you know. I watched them. It slowly dried up, and when it finally dried up of natural causes, seagulls come from nowhere. They just appeared, thousands of them, and they smashed those carp. They ate every bloody one of them. They were gone. There was no carcasses, there was no smell within a day of that happening. They come in here and they took the lot out. Then when all these fish roll over, no seagull appears. I mean, we're living on salt water. This is their home. See, there's seagulls everywhere. You're not seeing them here though, and you're not seeing them around the dead fish, because they won't eat them because they're toxic. They know. Councillors, they say that they do not poison along the river lines. Check that out, hey? Does that look like Roundup all the way along there? I'm not saying that's the cause of the fish kill. I'm just saying, councils tell me they don't poison along the river lines. And I'm looking at dead grass, green grass. Look at that, poison right through, green there. When we continue reading the statement, we'll see that apparently this dead grass has a lot to do with the dead fish. Look at that. I was down here chasing, you know my video where I was using bread? It was here. Remember the eel? It was here. Fish in the Parramatta was killed. Every single fish in the Parramatta was killed. And all the authorities don't want to know who is the cause of it. I mean, if I drop a bloody can of drink or a cigarette butt on the ground, I'm breaking the law. If I tip petrol in that river, big fine. They don't want to know who caused this kill. I find that striking. The fines are so out there for these environmental laws. If us people litter, we get fined. So why wouldn't fisheries, EPA, Sydney Water, councils and politicians want to know who is doing this? You know, we're tunnelling under this river at the moment, I think. That's scary. And shouldn't the public be warned? Wow. I want one of them. I don't trust the water testers. I don't trust the information given to the public, and I think it's wrong and corrupt, and I don't know why. I can't tell you that. I just think it's wrong, and I think it's corrupt. And I think if you found the true nature of the conditions of our waterways around Sydney, you'd be really scared. The river condition combined with repeated heavy rain, and that's why the fishing's been so awesome. You should see on my pipe videos. Large tidal currents and increased amounts of organic matter those big currents is why I got all the way to Lewisham and caught fish at Lewisham, such as leaves and grass in the river, which is that has reduced and dissolved the oxygen available to aquatic life, resulting in fish kills. Now the Parramatta drains out in 2 days to the ocean. Not even that, like one tide, do the mathematics, right? Tides are about 2.2 k an hour on average, right? 6 hours, 12 kilometres, just say 12 kilometres, right? How big's the river? I mean, whatever's water is at Parramatta, in 6 hours it's at Cockatoo Island or Harbour Bridge. The dissolved oxygen levels in the river are still of a concern. Data from the laboratory confirms oxygen levels were critically low, especially near the bottom of the river, which is up the Parramatta end. And that's because it keeps reacting with the salt water coming in. They've killed every single fish. When I say they, whoever allowed this has killed every single fish because it was an avoidable fish kill in the entire Parramatta River. We're talking about millions of fish, not thousands. Analysis of water samples did not detect any chemical or common organic contaminants such as pesticides that cause a fish kill. No, of course not, because if you test the top of the water, you're only going to get water. If you test the bottom where you should test, you might get a different result. But what would I know? When reoxygenated water was not toxic, examination of affected fish shows no visible effects consistent with either acute or chronic chemical contamination. The EPA will continue to work with local government and other authorities to provide advice and support during incidents like this. Good on ya. In other words, you just put a statement out. If they didn't say this was natural causes, Hazmat would be down there right now cleaning up all those fish. But they're just still laying on the bank with maggots in them. We'd like to thank the many community members who alerted the EPA to these events, especially as it can be quite a shock to see death of so many fish at once, especially when it was avoidable. We urge residents not to enter the mangroves or touch a dead fish. Oh, is that pointed at me or not? Any large fish kills, call the environment line. Well, we did that last week, mate. You know why we're not allowed to go in the mangroves or go near the dead fish? Because they don't want you guys to see what they're not doing. I'm here at Ambush Bay and I can smell it. I can smell dead fish. That evil grass there, all this grass is the reason why all these fish, like millions and millions of fish in kilometres and kilometres of Duck River, Haslam Creek, Homebush Bay, Parramatta River, have all died. It's all because of this grass. Look at it. Oh, it stinks. It's just rank. Phew. And lifeless. We're in the last month of summer, man. This is just when these fish go nuts. Tell me, why didn't the Georges River have a natural fish kill? You know, there should be mullet just spraying here. Like my rod's in the car and I'm not even going to bother pulling it out. But look at it. And why do you think they don't want you walking through the mangroves? See all that fishing line up there? People around here, there's a lot of new Australians. They eat these fish. Wake up to yourself, EPA. You got to stop lying to the public. I'm just a fisherman. That's all I am. I'm not a scientist. I've been shot to pieces on social media. That's why I don't get on it. And I have witnessed horrific crimes done by our government authorities by ignoring these fish kills. You know, why wouldn't you want to find and trace? Like, they don't want you fishing in there, right? They don't want you fishing in there. But they have thousands and thousands of people sitting on top of this, okay? Now, when I was a kid, this used to be, there used to be a meatworks, and then there was Bradshaw's Tipping, and then there was Newington Armament Depot, and then there was a tannery. And there's, up in the distance, you'll see big mounds, big giant mounds of dirt. Well, I know for a fact because my dad had the contract at Newington Armament Depot. Poor bird. He had the contract there for half of my life, and I was the kid that was driving the tractor with a back blade doing fire breaks along the Newington side of the meatworks, and all the ground went blue. And those big mounds of dirt that you see, they've been put there to cover the blue asbestos that's in this area. So wouldn't you want an investigation into the development that's going on around here? Wouldn't you want to be monitoring all the drain systems that are going on around here? And wouldn't you want to know about, like, wouldn't you be investigating the tunnelling and infrastructure that we are putting into Sydney at the moment, and make sure that none of this stuff is leaching in with that? Because there was a fish kill in Homebush Bay, but these fish from up the top end appear to have rolled out with the toxic water. So there is a source of this fish kill. Although I'm just looking, oh no, there's dead fish here too, look. They did die up here. Like I said in my previous video, a lot of these just disintegrate and dissolve. Well, look at that. That was a crazy old flathead, that. And you know, they've just released a turtle back into the wild, and survivors of this fish kill all swam out where the turtle would be eating them. They don't want you to go into these mangroves because, I mean, look at that. That is a fish. That is a fish. Ugh. Ugh. Jeez, it stinks. Another fish. Now, I could smell every fish in the Parramatta River is dead. Millions and millions and millions of fish have died. And I can smell the dead fish here, and people are living there. Come on. Who do you think so far in this debate over EPA's idea of natural causes for this fish kill, and my idea of some form of development, some release of pollutant that's caused a chemical reaction that's turned the river upside down and dissolved all the oxygen in the water and killed every fish in the Parramatta River? Who's right? Me or them? Yeah, thousands and thousands and thousands of people have moved into all these high rises around here. It's beautiful, actually. And then this is the mecca of fishing. I could come down here on a good day and you won't get your lure snagged. It's that bird. So many beautiful fish. You've seen them on my films. Every one of them dead. This is where the EPA have done a lot of work cleaning up dead fishes around here, because they don't want these people here to see it. Other spots that I've looked at so far, they don't give a toss. Look at that bird there. You know what he eats? Fish. Look at the crabs. Wow. You can still smell the dead fish in here, but they've come in here and cleaned up all the dead fish because of this massive population. It's chronic. Now over there's all those pipes that I was fishing. I'll put the video at the end of this video that I did that. You'll see me standing in front of a do not fish sign. I did that deliberately because look, this was one magical fishery surrounded by a population boom. Out there in the main river where you got the ferry wash and all the ships and boats and everything, it's legal to fish, so you got kids out there in kayaks. No one's allowed in here for no good reason, except for the fact that we'll get to see fish kills like this happen over and over. Look at it, it's dead. It's dead. There's another fish eating bird. So these birds are gotta eat. They eat or they fly away. I was fishing here way before any of these units were built, when it was all industry. And what's buried under all of this, and also what's been reclaimed. You know, a lot of landfill's gone in. This bay's not as big as originally. And I've watched this river come back to life. I actually won a comp when I was a kid with a mud crab, because they declared the Parramatta was clean again. I mean, I come second, a 3-ounce carp won it. There was 1,500 people in the comp. That was in the 70s, 75. By 85, this place was unbelievable. 90s, 2000, bream fishing mecca. Had a mate, had a bass boat down there, and the bullshot come up and chewed the outboard motor while we were fishing, or while he was fishing, I should say. Look at this scrawny ass looking cat. Yeah, they're eating too many fish. See all the seagulls out there? They eat fish. You think they'd be having a bonanza with all the dead fish, but they didn't. They didn't touch them. We're just so lucky it's not spring. And if this isn't resolved before the autumn bream roll in, oh, we've got issues. Yeah, these were all factories, and behind here there was a meatworks, and behind that there was a 24-hour day toxic waste tip. Everything's sitting on top of it. These are the old drains actually. They never even changed them. Now this sign here, I'll put the video at the end of this video, but I stood here, you'll see me in front of that sign holding a big brim up, and then I just teabagged all these pipes along here in the rain where the water was pushing out, because what happens is when you get a big load of fresh, oh there's a toad, we got a toad. When you get a big load of fresh, the fish come up, they come up and feed off it. So as these tidal flushes keep coming in and out of here, eventually it'll replenish with fish. But if we don't stop the fish kills, those fish will die again and again and again. And if it's something worse than what I'm even fearing, it could be the end of this fishery. Like especially if they've done something tunneling wise. I just seen a silver flash there. So fish up. Oh yeah, look, big bream just sitting there. Oh, he's eating bait fish. Watch. Oh, he's a cracker, man. See, fish come back and then they die again. He's just gone under the rock, but there's some bait fish there, and he's actually eating them. See a little silver flash of a bait fish there. One cast with a rod and I'd have him. The EPA, rain kills fish and grass kills fish. Let's just see about that, eh? I can't see how grass and rain can kill fish. You know, it just seems a little bit odd to me. Now the rain's here, I can't see the fish. Oh, is that one there? Yep, look at that. Don't tell me, EPA, this is for you, this fish. Look at that. Don't tell me grass and rain kills fish, okay? That is for you, mate. See that? There we go. That was one desperate fish, man. I'd seen that fish. I thought, you know what? I'll come back. I'm going to catch him. I'm going to show you what you're killing. Over and over and over. There, that's rainwater. Rainwater only does good. It only does good to the environment. It makes the grass grow. Chemicals, untreated sewage, poorly designed development with no protection of anything escaping the development into the environment kills fish. Take EPA's word for it, and this will keep continuing. Take my word for it and make these people do what they are supposed to do, and we can end these fish kills. This city is so corrupt. The next Underbelly series will be councils of Western Sydney. Oh guys, just keep in mind that I'm uneducated. I'm a roof plumber. I've protested over a period of time to try and get people to fall in love with our river again, get them out fishing. I even went and spent a small fortune trying to get a tackle shop, or I bought a tackle shop just so I could get people into this sport, so I could get more people on the water, so we can get more pressure on the authorities to keep these rivers clean, yet they don't understand. And I just want to tell you guys, like a couple of, look, let's start again. Parramatta River is our river. We own it. Not EPA, us. You're watching this video, you own that river. I own that river. The people of Australia own that river. If you moved into Australia recently, you moved into a country where you own a share in a river, in every river. We are the river keepers, and we're letting these authorities, we're letting development destroy our waterways, and they're telling us it's because of natural causes. We're not stupid. You're not stupid. Don't think, guys, for 1 minute that me being able to walk down to the water, sight a fish, walk back to my car, grab a rod, walk back to the same spot and catch that fish is natural. That fish, right, was living in the top 6 inches of the water because it had nowhere else to live. It couldn't go to the bottom of the river. So any bait or any food that come past it in that top surface layer, it was going to eat. That's all it could survive in. Now that's the same 6 inches of water that you'll find EPA did their water testing in. They don't test the bottom of the river. They don't test for the chemicals in the river. They just test the surface water. Now without that rain, that fish can't survive. He's surviving in the rain. As you look, grass and water. That's why he was surviving. There's nothing natural about that at all. Or the fish kill. What do you guys think? Look at it. I can see dead fish from here. It's rotten. People having barbecues along the river line because they don't know that this is full of dead fish. There's a ball of Sally, but I won't be getting up from it. Look, there's dead bream just there. What's going on over there? River guys, EPA works for us. We pay them. Same with the fisheries. Same with Sydney Water. We fund it. They work for us. We own the river and we want that river clean. Now I'm pretty sure the ferries aren't running. Now there's no cause for alarm, it's all natural causes, as there's a statement from EPA, but why aren't they running the ferries? Then you got people swimming in that river. We got celebrities from the radio swimming in the river. Why isn't anyone warned of the dangers? G'day mate, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Oh.
It's rather you than me walking barefoot on those rocks.
Yeah, look mate, I'm just staring at a big dead fish down there. You don't notice the smell here?
No, it's not too bad.
Yeah. There was a massive...
Yeah, this is where the fish kill was.
Yeah, look, there's a big dead blackfish just there. Have a look. This whole river, every...
Does the tide come up to where that fish is?
Yeah.
Normally, right.
Yeah, and the ferry wash was pushing them up. I don't think they're running the ferries now.
Right.
But the EPA's come out and said this is natural.
Right.
I've been fishing this ever since I was a kid. I remember the bad old days, like in the 70s and 60s. There was no fish here.
No.
Then the fishing in the last 30 years has got better and better and better. And then they're trying to tell me that this is all natural.
I think somebody put some poison into the water.
Yeah.
And the rain washed it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And it's a chemical reaction, and it's rolled.
It's come from the Duck River.
Duck River. Yeah, do you think that too?
Yes.
I'm thinking either Duck River or Haslams Creek.
Well, Haslams Creek's that way, isn't
Yeah, but they've died in both.
Right.
Both areas, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's why I thought the Duck River, because it was washed
Yep.
downstream. I don't know how tidal. Well, it obviously is
massive, massive. This is all pushing out to sea.
Yeah.
But 2 weeks ago, I was sight fishing in Duck River.
Right.
Beautiful big brim. The fishing around here's been unbelievable.
Right.
And now they're all dead. And EPA is saying to me, like, I'm the guy that reported it, and they're saying to me, oh, it's all of natural causes. It's the rainwater and the grass. Mate, wherever there's a pipe running into this river, normally you dip your rod in and you catch a fish.
Yeah.
They live in it, you know.
Well, they should be able to test it and work out where it's coming from.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I won't put this in the film.
Yeah.
They should be able to test this, follow. Like when I rung up EPA, I asked them to get in a boat, follow the dead fish till you find the end of them, and then you're going to find things.
That's where it's come from.
Yeah, but instead they wait days after the kill, when they know all the water's deoxygenated, then they test the top and they tell you it's natural causes.
Well, they should be doing what they call a biological oxygen demand, a BOD test.
Yeah.
Which is a deep test.
You probably know more than me, so I'm filming. I'm not videoing you, but I'm filming your
okay.
voice.
I'm
Just a science.
a science.
Oh well,
teacher.
please tell me more, because I'm a fisherman. I don't know. I just know this is wrong.
No, well, what you do a biological oxygen demand. So
Yep.
you take a water sample from a particular depth, and I don't know off the top of my head.
I agree with that.
And you then bring the water sample up, and then you take it and incubate it for 2 to 3 days.
I agree with that,
And
because
then
it
you
cooks.
measure the living material then compared to the living material that you started with.
Okay.
And that's how much oxygen is left in the water. Now, they would have done that, and they would have said to you that there's no oxygen. But what caused the
no oxygen?
The no oxygen.
They're telling me rainwater caused the no oxygen.
No.
I got my phone in the car, but the statement is rainwater and grass.
Yeah.
And
they blamed rainwater on the news.
and I agree with what you're saying. It's the bottom of the river has the toxins in it, not the top.
Usually what happens when you get a low BOD, which means there's not enough oxygen for the fish, it means that there is something sitting on the top of the water that's stopping the air.
100%. That makes so much sense.
And that is normally when you see, places like Sydney Olympic Park and the waterway in the park, the dam, and you see green algae on the top.
Yep.
It's the green algae that stops the light going through so that the oxygen can be produced.
Oh, thank you for all of this.
That's okay.
No, look, honestly, because I'm a fisherman and I can't explain. I'm not a biologist, I'm not a scientist, I just know this is wrong.
Yeah.
And to run into someone like you who can explain it like that, it makes sense.
But to me, when we heard about it, we thought there's some toxin being put in the water up there.
Yeah.
Someone's dumped waste illegally.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
To me, it doesn't look like you've got an excess algae or anything.
No.
In fact, the river, look,
The river looks clean.
I stood there last Sunday looking at the water, and I was looking at all these prawns, and I started grabbing prawns by hand.
Oh.
And I'm like, this isn't right. Part of me wanted to get the rod, put them on a hook and fish. And then I'm thinking, no, you don't catch prawns by hand.
No, you normally
I went and got a net. I started scooping up with the net. Within half an hour running this video, thousands of fish were just popping up in front of me. Their eyes were exploding. They were popping up, and it was like, for every litre of whatever went into this river, it turned into 100,000 or 1,000,000 litres. It rolled the river upside down, and it just went through and like all what you're seeing now is bait fish on the top.
Yes, exactly.
Nothing can live on the bottom.
Yeah.
Everything. Anyway, I'm gonna thank you for all of that.
That's okay, but I'm sure that you'll get an expert from one of the universities looking at it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. That's all I can do.
Yeah.
I've been fighting these fish. I've been fishing Sydney all my life. I'm an avid Parramatta supporter.
Yeah.
I spent like my dad had the Newington Armament Depot contracts for all the grass cutting.
Oh, okay.
My childhood, I grew up in that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've fished these things, these rivers and creeks.
So you know the old Blacksland's house over there, and
I've been through every nook and cranny, through all the old black powder rooms. We worked right through the lot. And I, back in 1975, they declared this river clean, and I went in a fishing competition with 1,500 people at Parramatta.
right.
I got second prize with a 2 kilogram mud crab.
Oh my God.
First place was a 3 ounce carp.
My goodness me.
But in the 80s, this was like the fish turned up and it got better, and Homebush Bay is the fishing mecca.
Right.
The amount of fish in there is amazing.
Yeah.
I just went through it today and they're all dead. I walked up, looked, there was a great big bream on the surface just sitting there.
Yeah.
And he can't live down low. And I thought, it's pouring rain. I walked to the car, I grabbed the rod, I walked back, flicked it across, put it near him, bang, caught him and let him go. And it's like, that's not natural.
No.
That's not natural. Anyway, I better turn this off. I don't want to lose my footage, but thank you again. Conversation I just had. What a lovely couple. I wish I kept the camera running, but it was going so long. Very, very intelligent lady, and after meeting someone like that, I feel like breaking out in tears, and I'm not stopping. We're going to fix this.
Little Lizzie, less tortoise, more hair, and gone in a flash.